people, welcome back. I'm Nat at My Magic. Thank you for joining me for another session on Stevie the Wonder Wheel. Today I'm doing something a bit different, so I thought I would video it. This is my very first attempt at this, so I am not hopeful that this is going to make YouTube, but we shall see. So what I've done, been inspired by Vicky at Kookaburra Pottery. Hi Vicky, thank you. Vicky is a good friend of mine. She's on our messenger chat group that we have, Aussie Potters. And she did, this was her very first video up on YouTube, so please go and search her and subscribe to her. Kookaburra Pottery. She's fabulous, she's so talented. You'll see just from the very first video, it's like she comes onto YouTube with a bang. So I decided I wanted to try it. I've seen it a bit done, but I never tried it myself. So what she did and what I did was that I threw a 3 kilo, I'm just trying to find where this slots in that way, 3 kilo cylinder on the wheel, and I have had it out in the sun drying, so it's very leather hard, which is what she recommended to me. It's not moving at all, as you can see. Because she said then it can hold the weight of the cylinder on top, which is what I'm going to do. So I have my vinegar. As you know, I don't use slip, I use vinegar, and I'm just going to scratch this while it's here. Now there are so many ways that this can go wrong, so I'm not too hopeful, but that's okay. That's the fun of the first attempt, and you know, everybody's always saying they love how I try these things at random. I've only seen one person do it, being Vicky. I've seen it done, but I haven't sort of really watched in YouTube and looked into it. I just saw Vicky doing it and got so inspired. So I did a 3 kilo and I did a 2 kilo, so 5 kilos in total. I've left the walls thicker than I would normally because I want it to support the top half. And then Vicky combined them really well. They just fit together. Hope I can fluke that. I measured it, but you know, you can't, it's not exact. So this one's a 2 kilo, it's a little bit smaller. So 5 kilos is probably about 10 pounds, 10 or 11 pounds, I think, I don't know. And I measured to hope that when I turn it over they line up, or at least come close, so that I can use my rib and try and get them to match up. But then, so Vicky did that, but then I want to try and continue pulling and shaping it, which she kind of just left it as a cylinder, which was beautiful, still a vase shape, but I want to try and belly it. I don't even know if you can. As I said, I haven't really looked into it or watched anything, so maybe you can't. Maybe it'll come apart at the seam, but you know me, I like to try these things and just see what will happen. It's only clay. I keep telling myself it's just clay. So what I did, which was a little bit different to what Vicky did as well, this one I pulled as a normal pot. This one, which is going on top, I was going to pull it right down to the wheel and make a donut out of it, but I decided to leave the floor in just to give it a bit of stability while I was throwing it. And then I kind of tried to needle it off, needle the floor out, so that when I turn it over and wire it off, my plan is that the floor will come away and I'll have a hole. I don't know. We'll see. That's what I mean. This is what I love, the fun of we'll see. So obviously I haven't wired anything off at the bottom. I'm also worried that as soon as I turn this over, it's going to fall off the bat. There are so many ways this could go wrong. So first things first. Oh yeah, okay, lines up, kind of. And then Vicky squished them. It's not really lined up, but anyway, hopefully I can make it line up, especially when I get the bat off. So Vicky kind of did this and worked them together a bit before she tried to get the bat off. So they are quite dry. They're not bone dry, they're just very leather hard, which was her recommendation to me, so I went with that. And then I'm hoping if I when I rib it and add a bit of water and all that sort of stuff, that it'll come back to workable dryness. So I might even try and get some water in there straight up. The other thing that is a bit of a problem with the Venco wheels, I love my wheel, I love my Stevie, but they are a bit, they're not continuous spinning. You have to have your foot on the pedal. So when you get taller, you want to get your arm in there, it's a bit hard because, well, I was about to say you can't stand up. Well, you can, you just have to step onto your pedal to keep it going, which I've never attempted. Might be another first today as well. But I'm really trying to attach this because I'm scared when I put the wire through that this is going to get pulled off, because it's not attached very well yet, because I've got to attach it from the inside as well and then really play with it. So all we can do is try, right? So this is what Vicky did. She spun the wheel, held the wire, kind of spun. Oh, nice. See, that's what I was worried about. I knew I hadn't attached it very well. So I might have to not spin it and just kind of try and wire it off without spinning it, so I can get my hand inside to attach it better. Obviously, as I said, it's my first attempt, so the shape would have been better if they were both a bit straighter. I've kind of bellied both of them a little bit. Rookie mistake. But that's okay, because then hopefully you guys will learn from my rookie mistakes. So what I might try to do, and you know, this is all trial and error, isn't it, is kind of wire it off without spinning it. Oh, I think that's working a bit better. So I've got my thumbs on the bat, pushing backwards against the bat. Try and counter the force of pulling the wire towards me. Pull the wire through. Ah, there we go. Ah, and yeah, hang on. Oh no, that's not the foot, that's just the rest of the clay. So I can see there already where I've cut through with the needle tool, so I can just, actually I can push that. It's just going to push out, push in. See if I can do it on an angle and squish it and pull it out. There we go. So I've got the foot out. Shame you can't see that from the top, but it was just, I just went round, as I said, I went round that base with a needle tool so that I could just do that. That was my plan, and that actually worked. So I'll recycle that. And then I've actually got quite a lot of thickness of clay there. So now I can see on the inside where I want to attach the two together. Here's my rib. Use a lot of tools, I'm imagining. And a lot of water. Try and bring it back to workable. I don't want to use too much force at first until I start to see it attach onto itself. And that's why I left the walls quite thick too, so that I could play with it and hope that it had a bit more stability. And as with everything with clay, patience is a virtue. Don't rush anything or you'll regret it. I have a feeling this is just going to collapse anyway, but I've got it this far, so that's a good thing, good start. As you can see, it's definitely not the shape that I want it to be, so I'm going to try and shape it some more. And because I'm so well, not disappointed, but unhappy with that shape, it doesn't matter if I ruin it, because it's all learning, right? What do I say? 10 times to do something, 10 times before you feel like you can do whatever the shape is. Even if you're right at the beginning and it's just pulling a cylinder, 10 times before you start getting the muscle memory for it. Not to say 10 times makes you an expert, just 10 times gets you out of beginner, which I'm at right now. At first attempt. I always worry when I'm doing things like this that I'm taking too long, but you know, you can fast forward it, so I'm not going to rush it, because then I will end up ruining them. So literally all I'm doing inside, because obviously I know you can't see that, is holding my rib. I'm literally just doing that on the inside at that seam. Try and get it to combine, which it's starting to look more and more combined, which is good. Look, it just caught on the clay because it's very dry. Problem with doing this with just the seal is that that part is going to get quite thin, and that's where I need to kind of push out to try and get it better shape. Alright, now I've never actually tried to throw something after I've got it to leather hard. I've never tried to reconstitute something. So I'm guessing lots of water. I'll just dribble lots of water into it. I really want to get some off this rib, off the rim. I'm just trying to think what the best tool would be to do that. Even just a knife. Don't know. Never tried doing that before either. Kind of worked. Okay, so I just had quite a thick where I'd cut the base out. There was a bit of a lip there, so I just cut that off. Now there's all clay in there. Yeah, I think it's going to need lots of water. It's very dry. And you know, you experienced potters who've done this before are probably looking going, no, that's not right, that's not how you do it. Well, put it in the comments, because this is my first try. No judgment, right? No judgment in the Mud Magic family, because I am just trying my best and just having fun. As I always say with pottery, have fun with it. If it works, yay. If it doesn't work, well, you definitely will learn something. This is where I'm nervous, where it's leading. So I could kind of feel that moving. I think it did move a bit. Need to go a bit slower. I always go too fast with big pieces, and they are much happier if you go slower. So I will try, because I do like going fast when I throw. I am a fast thrower. You can see how wonky that is. So that's the seal right there. Oh, that's really getting thin. I really don't even know what shape a piece of this size should be. It could almost be like one of those huge gourds, one of those little gourds, but the huge version, so it's bellied here and skinny in the middle. But I don't know, because I don't want it to. You can still see that seam there. That worries me. You always want to keep it in at the top, or it's going to collapse. And you can see how bad the rim is, but I can always cut that off. Well, the whole thing, look at it. Woohoo! Doesn't matter, right? Look at that middle part, because that's where it was joined. Don't know what I should do. I should just leave it now. It's not liking getting, it's very thin in the middle there. It's not liking being played with that much. I might leave it, let it dry up a bit. Just want to rip over it. Can never go wrong with a rib. Rib will help dry it out too. Okay, so that is getting really thin in the middle, so I think I might have to leave it, but then I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I want to do something with it. It's a shame. I could bring that right in. Yeah. Knew that was going to happen.
to charge.
So that is looking a bit better. I still want to belly the bottom. That was my husband, by the way, in case you didn't get it. Okay. In his defense, he just got home from work, so he didn't know I was videoing. It's actually got a little bit of shape to it. Wow. I'm in shock that that has any form of shape to it. Very, very thick down here though. Here's one huge overpass. I don't know the purpose of this piece. Practice, I guess. Thinks I should stop now and quit while I'm ahead, right? Absolutely. 100%. Whoa. That was right. Lucky didn't rip that off again. Okay. So, this is actually, I might still even put this on YouTube because it just goes to show you a normal day in the life of me. This is just what I practice, these sorts of weird things. And then they don't make YouTube because they end up doing this. But you know what? I actually don't mind it. I haven't finished yet. I want to push it more, but I don't. I do, but I don't. Which I always get to this dilemma. Where's my sponge? There it is. Whereas I don't know whether I want to keep pushing it or whether I want to stop now and be happy with it. Well, I'm not happy with it, so that's why I push, because if I'm not happy I might as well keep going, right? That belly is way too low. So I'm thinking about bringing it out up higher, up here, but then I'm getting dangerously close to that join. Which I definitely don't want to be pushing on. Right, let's just work on the top part with some water. Would make sense, wouldn't it? Might have been because it was too dry, so let's give it a go. Slower. About to collapse. Look at that. Alright. Can we save it again? Poor little thing. Very overworked. Okay. So now I want to play with the rim a bit and see if I can save the rim a bit. Well, do crazy things with the rim anyway, not necessarily save it. Just go crazy with it, because look at it. It is way too thick as well, but I don't know that I can pull it without pulling that off. Very wet. So thick. Okay, so if I thin that out like that. Cut off the wonkiness, which I probably shouldn't really worry because I want to make it wonky anyway, but I'll cut off the really bad part. Some of the weight off too for the poor thing. Okay. Except you lose your height. I hate doing that because you lose your height. So let's try and get some of that height back then. This is still not very strong here. You can see it keeps wanting to collapse in there. And then what I want to do is I want to try and alter the rim a bit more crazily, which is probably a bit pointless because the whole thing, it's just going to be so heavy. I can't imagine ever doing anything with it because it's going to be so heavy. Oh, and all down there as well. fun. That's what I enjoy. It's a lot of fun. Let's do something with this room. What shall we do with this room? Being that it's a vase, why don't we give somewhere for the flowers? The stems of the flowers to poke in and out of. Something like that. There we go. And I think while it's still upright, I'm going to call it a pot. So, wow, that was fun. About 5 times through that I was going to stop videoing, and I still don't know if I'll put that up. But that was a bit of fun. So, did you see? Let's see if I can show the top. Alright, that's it. So thank you for joining me. If this is on YouTube, I'm highly embarrassed, but I put it up, so what can I say? Hopefully people will learn something from it, have a bit of a giggle and a bit of fun. So thank you very much for joining. Stay muddy and have a magic day. Bye!